And we're back, folks. Another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense. My guy, your guy, our guy, Vance Bedford. Before we jump in with our man Vance, let me remind you that when we use the footage in these film studies, this is not footage that belongs to us because it does not belong to us. I always tell you, we use it just for you, the people, for your entertainment, your education, and your edification. This is not for profit. We make no sponsorship money, no monetization, nothing at all. It is strictly for you, the people. You can certainly show love and support in other ways. You can like the videos, you can subscribe to the channel. That way, every time we do a video, guess what? You get a notification when we do another one. Of course, the best way to support is to go over to the MichiganInsider.com on the 24/7 Sports Network. $1 gets you your membership for the first month. That is all of the football, basketball, and recruiting coverage you could want. All our written content, all our videos, all our podcasts. And you also have access to all the other team sites as well, whether that's Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, you name it. You have access to all of that. Then once you become a full paying member after a month, your subscription will also include Paramount Plus. You cannot beat the bang for your buck. You also can't beat the expertise that you get from my man Vance Bedford, who does it his own way, his own style. And Vance, this is the thing that sticks out to me. I feel like when we sit with you every week, it's like we're sitting in the film room with Vance. We one of your players, man, because I feel like you talk to us like you talk to your players.
I do. I mean, to me, football's a game, and you can be like a professor and A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well, I'm one of those 1 + 1 = 2. We simple, keep it simple, have some fun, play fast, and break it down. Because I always said this: a player needs to be a coach on the football field. So you have to find a way to reach into that person and help them think like you and have some fun. That's what football should be. It's fun. So doing these videos, I have a blast because it takes me back to being in the classroom with my players.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gotta say, let me bring this up because we get everyone looking at these videos, man. We get players, we get coaches, we get parents, right? And I think what they come to appreciate about you, Vance, is, hey man, like I just said, you talk to us like you talk to the people, like you talk to your players. And so last week you were talking about, I can't remember what you said, man. You said this dude is losing lottery tickets, Sam. you said, you said, hey man, the linebacker, he was an RPO, and you said, Sam, he has to impede the progress of the receiver because the safety has no chance. I can't remember the coverage. But you said he has no chance. He said, man, he just lost $1 billion lottery ticket. Didn't that what you said, Vance? He lost a
That
billion
it.
dollar
It
lottery.
was coming forward. I remember he didn't touch the guy in the safety. He had no chance of making a play.
No chance, Vance. Vance said, come on, Sam. I mean, it was it was clinic tape on what not to do, right? And so you got to be able to take constructive criticism. And there was a parent that was watching that agreed. I'm gonna see if you can see this. It's kind of small. Oh, it's too small on the screen. Let me see if I can blow it up. Let me see if I can blow it up, give you the full screen layout. You see that there? You see
Yeah.
that Michael Barrett
Yeah. Yeah.
right there?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
See, that's Mike Barrett Sr. Now you gotta understand, Mike Barrett Jr. Mike Barrett Jr., number 23. The now I was about to call him young fella. He young fella to me. Old fella on the team, 5th-year senior, paid his dues. Vance, he was down in Valdosta, Georgia. He was a quarterback. He was a running back. He was a receiver. He lined up on defense at linebacker as well. He came in as this sort of jack of all trades offensive guy, made the transition to defense, and man, came back for his 5th year.
Yeah.
Just grinding it out. Injury helped amplify the opportunity for him. He's made the most of it and stepped up and really helped his defense. And in that game, he had 2 interceptions. One he took back for a touchdown. But before that, it was that play that you were talking about, Vance, where he lost some lottery tickets.
Oh
Where he
my
lost
goodness.
some lottery tickets. And Vance, Dad said, hey, he passing the message along. He said, hey, Sam, tell Coach Vance I relayed the message to my boy because we can't lose no more lottery tickets.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. That
Hey,
is
man,
funny.
that's how you want it, though, right? You want to
That's
be able
right.
to look at it like that. Oh man, my man Vance. So anyway, this was a game against Nebraska where you don't want any letdowns. This is a challenge team. I'm actually pulling for Mickey Joseph. They dealt the man a bad hand, dealt him a bad hand, and plus his quarterback was hurt. He had, to steal your phrase, no chance in this.
He had no chance. I
No
mean,
chance in this game. But you don't give him life. You start putting it on him from the jump, and you sort of laid that out in the film study, Vance. I don't think you gave us any bad plays this week, which is rare. But
it was a great defensive performance. It really was. It was solid all the way around in every aspect of it. Stopping the run, pressure on third down situations, things that we've been good at all year. We were really exceptional in this ball game. And the offense did their part. They shortened the game by ground checkers, what I call it. They had 12 play drives, eating the clock up. My only issue I had with us is that we had trouble getting lined up sometimes or getting the calls in late. So sometimes the guys appear to be confused. But for example, this first play we finished show is that right now you can see from this picture, we are not lined up correctly. Mm-hmm. You got guys looking around, pointing to each other. They have 4 guys out there. We have 3 guys. And my linebacker, he walking. I mean, it's like he at the merry-go-round. Here we go around the merry-go-bush. Can you hurry up and get your tail on out there where you're supposed to be? I mean, I don't know what he's doing. See, what is he waiting for? Invitation? He got one. Get your butt out there and get set and ready to go. But this happened to us several times. But this is going to have been a bubble. And this play should have gone for about 15, 20 yards. And all we put on this was a great effort. You can see it right here. We got 4 guys, 3 guys blocking 3, 4 is blocking. They got a full stretch inside trying to block the interior. The quarterback just going to raise up and throw. We are right now running over cover 1. In other words, cat covered. I got that cat, that cat, that cat. 25. You know what he can't do, Sam? He can't count to 4. He has number 4. Look up. Nobody in the backfield but the quarterback. 1. Get your butt out there and go cover the guy. Okay, but now, let's get past that. That's how we'll be in a meeting right now. I'll be ripping them up and down. I mean, but that's a different story altogether. But this is a great effort played by the Michigan defense. To me, this is what Michigan is all about. 11 guys flying to the football. This ball is thrown. First, you look at little Mike. That's a great play. He gets a turn back inside, beat the block. Look at all the blue shirts hustling to the football. 25 is late to the dance, but he started running. So I better get there and get my money too. He's running to the football. Inside out, run to the football. Great effort play. We're not aligned properly. But again, this has been us all year long, running to the football. Somebody's beating the block. Little Mike beats his block, and they get a minimal gain. This is how you win football games here. It's a great play by the defense. It really is.
Yeah, man. It was. That's one thing that has not changed in any game. So you always see great effort from this defense. They never loaf.
They don't love him. I like that. And early in the year, my man number 18, we were talking about him, Sam, about him playing more. Well, here he is right now, just talking about him, the right defensive end, guys. Watch him flatten out. He checked the quarterback first. Then he goes flat down the line of scrimmage. Great coaching by Coach Elston. He's one of my guys, Coach Elston. I love him, man. That's great teaching, great footwork by 18. He's played more and more in every ball game. And his productivity has to be through the roof, Sam. I mean, I like what they've done with him, the development of him as far as playing more, and it's showing off in every ball game right now. But the defensive line in this ball game against Nebraska was absolutely outstanding. I mean, just really, really good football. Really good football.
It makes me think of that phrase. I kept thinking about it during the game. No chance. No chance.
Hey, they had no chance at all. You're talking about lottery tickets like me. I can't win because I don't play. So I'm not going to lose my dollar. That dollar could put gas in my car, Sam. I mean, these people here, they running on empty. They couldn't even play Nebraska. They couldn't even put gas in the car. They probably had to catch a bus back to Lincoln. They didn't have money for airplane. I feel bad for Coach Joseph down there. But here we go. One of our base 1st and 10 calls, Cowboy. Okay, now, I just got to freeze it for me for a minute, Sam. If I'm playing my team, Michigan defense, on 1st and 10, you know what I'm not going to have, Sam? Cut splits by the 2 outside receivers. Because you know why, Sam?
Because you can't block
blitz from the field or blitz for the boundary, and you cannot block the blitzer from them cut splits. See, offensive coaches say, well, if I cut the split, I can block that guy. No, you can't, offensive coaches. You're too smart for your own good. So this is one of our base calls, Sam. It's called cowboy. The boundary corner and the press alignment, he blitzing. How that guy going to block him, Sam?
He's not.
He got no chance. Like I say, Thanksgiving coming up, I'm not going to feed him none of my turkey and dressing. He got no chance to block him. There we go right now, Sam. That's how we do. We just run a base play. The receiver got to block the corner. They're going to double a down guy. They're going to double everybody inside, Sam. And we coming off the edge. They got no chance for this play to have success. Look at this play right here. We pulling the guard. We pulling the tight end. It's a counter play, which is a good football play if you're not blitzing. But they went right into what we're doing right now. The guy in motion coming back outside, the back taking a jab step, and here we go. The corner blitzing off the edge. He goes to the hip of the back. The defensive end, he's going through the tackle to the B gap. The nose, he's going to the opposite A gap. The three technique, he's going B to C. And the back end, we got two curl flat guys, two hook curl guys, and deep third. Sam, you know what kind of chance they got?
No chance.
Absolutely none. None. No chance at all. Why are you going to cut a split against a team that likes to blitz on? Look at this. Sam, look at the corner. Sam.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even blame, to your point, you can't blame number 7.
Yeah, I do. I blame number 7 because you know why I blame number 7, Sam? He shouldn't have been in that spot in the first place.
But that ain't his fault. That's his coach's fault, right?
Well, you know what? You know what DA means, right, Sam? Dumbass. That's what it means. I don't know if I can say it on TV right now or not, but that's a DA play. Dumbass. It's just that simple. I'm sorry.
But I guess my point is number 7, that wasn't his decision to line up there. His coach told her to be there, right?
Yeah, you see number 7, see he's frustrated right now. The kid's frustrated. I feel bad for him right now. I really do. He had no chance at all. But again, against Michigan on 1st and 10, I'm being honest, I'm not having cut splits unless I'm throwing the football because they either come from the field of the boundary. If they had 10 plays, 5 times, you're getting pressure on 1st and 10. And cut splits benefits defensive guys. And offense, you know what offensive coaches say? Well, if they cut the split, they can't blitz us. Yes, you can. Now you don't know where it's coming from, offensive coaches. The quarterback don't know where it's coming from. The offensive line don't know where it's coming from. You don't have any idea. I mean, split them out. You can see it coming. You got a chance to block it.
Hey, Vance, man, you sound like you were a little frustrated with offensive coaches, man.
I am. Because they all geniuses. They don't listen to nobody. And that's why none of that stuff works sometimes. They want to be, I'm not, defensive coach is not very smart. That's why you're getting in the backfield. That's why they don't let 2 offensive line coaches go so they don't play Michigan. Come on, what we doing? What we doing? Because they, how they real smart. I'm just saying, son. That's all I'm
saying. But you're right. You sound too much like right. They have less offensive line coaches go this year.
I'm trying to tell you. But it's like Steve Spurrier used to say. See, Steve Spurrier, when he was at Florida, he used to fire all the defensive coaches. And he used to always say, hell, I can't fire myself. I got to fire somebody. He called the plays. So, I mean, that's what offensive coaches do. It's not my fault. I call the plays. You didn't block it right. You got to go.
Oh, man. Hey, that sounds like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones said, I can't fire myself. He said, if I hired me as a GM, I'd have fired me, but I own the team, so I ain't gonna fire me.
My man Jerry Jones got a lot of yes sir, man. I'm gonna agree with every Jerry. You say go jump in that hot water, I'm going to jump in it right there. That's how come these coaches last so long for Jerry. That's what Jimmy Johnson had to leave. He's gonna say, you go hop in the hot water. He said, you must be crazy. Okay, you go. And he was. All right, man, let's get back to it. It's just a base play. This is the whole game for me. Watch the D line control the line of scrimmage. I mean, you see them knock guys back. That is impressive by that defensive front. You're talking about adding hands. You look at the arch and they back. Watch the punch. That is excellent football play. Look at that right there. Man, that's a half-yard game. They got all these tight ends in the game. They got a fullback. They're trying to double guys. You can't get to our linebackers because the D-line just destroying the offensive line. This is outstanding defensive line play by the University of Michigan. Again, my hat's off to my man Mike Elston. Boy, you are coaching these guys up. I love it.
The way they were shedding, the way they were getting off blocks, fans.
I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like the guys are hungry and they trying to get to the meal. You in the way. Get out the way. They getting guys out the way right now. They're trying to get there and eat. I mean, great job. They all trying to get to the football. And you keep doing that, we'll be ready in a couple of weeks. But we got to get past Illinois first. We'll do that. We'll do that.
All right. Let's get back to the telestrations here, Vance.
Okay, now freeze it from there right there. So now, if everybody can see this right now, it's 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. What does Michigan like to do on 3rd down and 8, Sam?
They like the blitz, man.
Oh, come on now. Now, I'm going to look at the offensive situation. Everybody see the splits? And I'm going from the top. You see the cut split of the slot inside the hash?
Mm-hmm.
The cut split by the other receiver to the numbers, that's an indicator. Okay. And now with the motion, the next indicator, we talked about it last week, sprint out pass alert, because they motion to 4 strong with cut splits. So if I'm in the classroom right now, the first thing I'm saying, why all these guys got cut splits? It's the reason why. Twofold. Either they're trying to get all the way across the field or everything's outside. So as we're talking about game plan and breaking things down, I'm thinking about Nebraska right now, the quarterback, they don't throw the ball over the middle of the field. Everything is outside in, so they all cut their split to do what? To work the outside lanes. This is going to be a 3-level flood, Sam, so let's let this go. It's not going to work because, they just telegraphed they're going to do. This is low back of 1. We're going to talk about the defense in a minute. So let's let it run through the routes. So you can see right now, the offensive line going to overreach. The back is going to try to pin the defensive end inside. Okay, so this is going to be a sprint out pass right now. Okay, so now the next thing is, as you see the motion, you see an outside flood. The number 2 receiver going to run a corner route. The one guy is clearing out. The guy in motion is going to the flat, and the quarterback is going to gain some depth so he can get his shoulders turned. They think we're playing zone. So they want to try to high-low a curl flat defender. But we play a lot of man on 3rd down and 8 plus because we pressure a lot. So here we go right here. You can see the route, outside flood on the sprint out pass. So now we're going to go to the defense. So I call this low defense. So if you can see the defense right now, we got a defensive end, a defensive tackle, all overloaded to the field. Okay. So the nose is going to come across to balance up the rush. The backer to that side is going to hit the A gap. So we're going to have overload rush to the field. Okay. So we got 5-man pressure. We playing man-to-man in the back end. Cat coverage is what I call it. That's my cat, your cat, your cat. We all man-to-man. So we got pressure to the side of the back where the quarterback want to sprint out. Sam, you think he had a chance?
No chance, man.
He got no chance. He got absolutely none. So here we go right now. We're going man-to-man. Great job by defensive end. Oh, my goodness, we're off the field. Great job. This freshman kid right here, you know what? He got to be a bad man. You know why I said it? He got to be a bad man. He ran number 2. Who in the world at the University of Michigan wore number 2? Let me scratch my head and think, who is that guy? Heisman Trophy winner. I'm a cornerback, and I'm going to wear number 2. You better be a bad man and do that. Right now, if I'm the guy who was starting in front of him, Green, I'm watching this guy play. I'm like, I might not get my job back.
Hey, you saw he came back and played a couple snaps late in the game.
I would have too. If I had a broke leg, Sam, I'd have put plaster on my leg. I've been out there hopping around. I see this cat playing like this. On one leg, I'm out there playing because I might not get my job back. But again, just going back, great pressure, great call. They had a sprint out pass into the pressure. The linebacker got the back man-to-man. He's going to add to the rush late. Watch him come across. The defensive end pulled it up where a guy couldn't get out there. Great design, great 3rd down call. Again, defensively, the adjustments they make at halftime, the different pressures they have, they've done a great job game planning this year. They really have. I'm very impressed. Again, this is just another 3rd down call. We're just going to talk about it. What down is it, Sam? It's 3rd down and what?
3rd and 5.
Guess what we do on 3rd and 5 plus?
Pressure, blitz.
You be blitz, Sam. Come on, man. Look at this. Quarterback running for his life. So, get great coverage, Sam. Look at that. We got everybody covered, bringing the heat. Sam, do you know they're in max protect? They kept everybody and they can keep in, and we still got the quarterback running for his life. I bet he went to the sideline coach. That was a dumb play. I mean, what we doing? You can't put me in a situation where they can blitz me. I can't see where it's coming from. Spread them out. I heard Professor Al talking earlier about all of our tight ends. When Nebraska got a bunch of tight ends, it didn't work. Gap C, B, and E. It didn't work. Hell, you need to go to Nebraska and get on the clinic board and show them guys that you got all these extra gaps. You got to run this way. It didn't work, Al. I'm just telling you. I listened to Al for about 10 minutes, and I said, Professor, boy, he could. Woo.
Yeah, you say it's Jimmy's and Joe's, Vance. It's Jimmy's.
Oh, my goodness. Give me some Jimmy and some Joes, we got a chance. If you got Jimmy's on one leg, you got no chance. Nebraska, they one-leg Jimmy's. That's all I got to say. Something else, man.
All right. On to the next one. All right. So I've told the story before about going out to see Mason Graham out in California and how this kid's motor, man, it is. I mean, you see different feats of athletics. I remember going to see different kids in high school. Jalen Smith, was one that really stands out to me as a guy who, man, when I watched him, this was an unbelievable athlete. I went and watched him at a camp play defensive end, linebacker, and safety, and dominate every position. One of the most freakish things I've seen. I just watched this kid, Nick Harbor. He's 6'5". He's 235 pounds. Advanced. He's running a 10-100 meter.
What?
I did not stutter. He's
Steroids.
6'5", 230 pounds. This is verified track time now. I'm not making this up, Vance. I mean, you can pull it up on YouTube. Running a 10-100 meter. Freakish stuff, right? This kid, Mason Graham, impressed me in a different kind of way. He is definitely a really good athlete, really, really strong. But the stamina on this kid is something I hadn't seen. Not in a big player. I mean, I went and watched him play Modern Day. He's #1 team in the country. And Mason Graham played D-line, O-line, and special teams the whole game. And motor was as good in the fourth quarter as it was in the first. Listen, man, this dude is the Energizer Bunny. He is going to be a lot of times you can't project the defensive lineman to play early like you can a corner or a receiver. It takes a physical adjustment. Not this kid, Vance, and you picked him out in this game as one you wanted to highlight.
I did. I thought from game one to now, he's improved so much. He plays with great leverage and just a physical football player. I like what he's done. I mean, here's a play right here. It's just over cover 3. And to be honest, they really supposed to double 55 and climb to the linebacker. I mean, it's just inside zone, which we've seen the whole year. And we've had some issues on and off in certain games with this particular play. But right here, this is clinic tape by my man, Graham, number 55. I mean, he gets heavy on the guard. So the tackle goes and disappears real fast. He controls this guy and get back in this gap. I mean, this is outstanding football play. Man, I love watch this play. Watch. This is clinic. I mean, it's second down and 2. The man get a yard. If they double him and climb to a linebacker, this should be about a 7-yard play. But they didn't block the guy at the point of attack. He won his one-on-one battle. And again, he's made great strides for a kid to be a freshman and doing that right now in the Big Ten. That's impressive. That is really impressive. Michigan stole one out of California.
Yeah, they did.
In California, the whole Pac-12, they missed out on him.
Yeah, man. And Stoling from Boise State. I got to give a shot. This is my man Courtney Morgan, who's the recruiting coordinator out at Washington now. Courtney got Michigan on this dude.
Wow.
His contacts out west, hey man, this dude Mason Graham is a baller. And so Court didn't leave the cupboard dry. He got Michigan on some ball players, man. So this is
it's going to be key for us, in the next 2 ball games for our 2 interior guys to control the down offensive lineman inside. They got to control the center and the 2 guards. If they do that, we'll be in great shape. But those guys, our down guys inside, they got to control the line of scrimmage. They have to. They do that, we'll be all right.
Yeah, here's another one, Vance, that you say, hey,
I had to highlight my man. I just watching him play. Okay, it's the first down and 10. Look at the score. It's 31-3. So guess what they're going to be doing right now? throwing the football. Watch this guy in the pass rush. Watch this. You know who you look like? You're going to look like a little Reggie White. He just gave him a hump move. Man, watch how strong he is, Sam. First, his get off. Watch his get off on the ball. Great get off. Look at him. He's ahead of everybody. Watch this throw by. I mean, that's what you want to have from an interior guy. You know they have to throw the football. They sit in the light. So every indication there is saying, let me go get to this quarterback. He gets vertical first, get the guard shoulders turn, clinic tape. Clinic tape right there.
And so
And that guy's a freshman.
yeah, man. And so you will appreciate this, Vance, because you were here at the time when I first started hearing about Mason Graham. The comparison that was being given to me at the time was, oh, Rob Renus. Now, Rob Renus was one of the key and core members of y'all championship team.
Yeah.
I mean, a dude who was a wrestler in high school, really, really strong at the point. How much you say he bench pressed, Vance?
At 400, just playing around with it. I mean, he just threw it. He was probably the strongest guy on the team, pound for pound. And you couldn't move multiple. You could double team Renus, but you couldn't move. He's too strong, too stout. This kid here is quicker. He's more explosive. His first step. See, Renus was just a powerful guy. This guy is quick and powerful. So his future for the next, you got him for 2 more years, Michigan. He's gonna come out early. He's coming out this junior year.
That was exactly what you said. Because yeah, I mean, I kind of get it. And first of all, people they start to fall into the bag of comparing, white guys to white guys and black guys to black guys. I get it. But it goes beyond that in this instance, in that he was a wrestler too. But that's about where the comparison stops.
Yeah.
Because Rob Renus was an outstanding player for Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But Mason Graham brings some off snap quickness that I think if Rob watched the tape, he'd tell you, yeah, that's a little something different than what I brought to the table back in the day.
If you put them side by side, so to me it's like I don't put Renus in quicksand. I don't put my man Graham on a track. So they're running side by side for the 40. One guy running in quicksand, that's Renus. My other guy got spikes on running the track. That's the difference in the quickness. And I love my man Renus. Yeah, I'm been out, but I'm just shooting you straight. That's the difference in the two. You got quicksand man and you got track man. It's just that simple.
Hey, you got nothing but love for Rob Renus, though, right?
Hey, like you said, you couldn't move him out the point. I mean, you couldn't run the ball inside of us back in '97. You couldn't run the ball inside with him in there. Him, and then you had Josh Williams next to him and Glenn Stitt. You couldn't run the ball on those guys. They were too big, physical, and strong. But, Renus didn't have to rush the guy. He wasn't quick. We had other guys can do that. Just hold your point, take the double team, let our little linebackers in goal, DeHoney Jones, or Sam Sword get to the football, make plays.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things you keep talking about every week, Vance, we're talking about what translates to Ohio State. What do they do? What can they do? What do they need to do for Ohio State? And so you shot me a text. Let me bring it up. You shot me a text a couple days ago, and you said last year Aiden had 3 sacks versus Ohio State, and Ojabo had 1 sack and a tackle for loss. Big games, you need great players to step up. And so somebody had asked you to compare the defensive line, last year to this year, and that's what stands out. But when you see the kind of pressure that they brought in this game, it gives you some hope. But I think the point you're making is this has got to translate to the big games. This has got to translate to Ohio State.
It does. This is a great 4-man rush right here. And again, my man 18, he's starting. We talked about that going way back to the Maryland game. He's a guy, athletic, to do some things. Big Mike, he's another guy that's starting to show up that can do some things. And my question is, I saw Mike get hurt. So hopefully he's okay because he's very important in what we do. But here's a situation right here where we're getting pass rush. It's 3rd down and 9. We play 4-man pass rush. We're playing man-to-man in the back end, second contain. We got to have this in the next 2 ball games just to be able to rush 4 and have success and win. Because, run it back from if you could. I want you to watch the guy trying to block Big Mike, okay? Watch his stance. See his stance? That's pass rush. The entire offensive line are all in 3-point stances. You know what that means? Pass rush. So it's telling the guys up front, get off on the ball, and guess what just happened? They got off on the ball. And getting ready for our next 2 ball games, we have those indicators. We're going to need this because Ohio State is a passing team. They're not a running team. They can run, but the best running back got hurt. Mm-hmm. Next week versus Illinois, they got the big back. He's a better runner. The quarterback throws it decent. They won it because they're playing great defense at Illinois and can run the football. As you can see, the last couple of ball games, they struggle.
Mm-hmm. And that big back, Chase Brown, who was a low, he got hurt that game. He got hurt that game against Purdue. So I don't know what his status is going to be for this week. I have a hard time seeing him be 100% as hurt as he seemed to be. But, man, and that's a team that's coming in reeling. I mean, they just lost 2 games at home. How do you are you kidding me? Vance. I mean, they're supposed to be playing for a Big Ten championship, right?
You know what? They were fake Big Ten champions. They fake, man. Come on. I was blowing their tune their horn. They could run the football, play great defense. I was totally wrong about them. Again, we're gonna focus. We should win by 4 touchdowns. We should beat Illinois by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean the key, can Michigan handle its business efficiently enough to be able to get their guys some rest? And you brought up Big Mike, who he did get rolled up on in that last game. He was hobbled. He said, to the media yesterday that, hey, it's just a tweak. He'll be fine and he'll be ready to go, which is what you expect him to say at this point, right? But man, it'd be good if you can give him a blow, give him a rest. Maybe he plays a half, if that. It'd be great if they could rest him some. I just don't know if that's in the cards, fans. But my point is, they need to handle this business, hopefully handle it efficiently, and get their guys as much rest as possible for the Buckeyes.
I totally agree. But you know what? If Big Mike can play, they're going to put him out there. He got to find out what it is, because if I'm the opponent and I see a guy's limping, I'm going after that guy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to run the ball at him, see can he hold up in the run game. And now if he can't, then he's going to see me the rest of the ball game. I'm going to pound him. I'm going to find ways to double team him, put a tight end on him, and try to knock him off the ball and take full advantage of a guy that's limping. So hopefully he is fine. But overall, right now, just watching how we played, Illinois didn't have enough offensively to beat us, because we're not giving up many big plays, in the ball game. I mean, for the most part, we have ways of taking that away, whether it's rolling to a 3-cloud situation, strong or weak, or playing quarter, half, which again is a roll coverage, strong or weak. So we've done a great job this year disguising what we're doing and finding ways to protect guys. And I don't know what type of receivers Illinois had, because my biggest thing with them was they could run the football. And Britt Bielema, that's what he wants to do, have a big offensive line and pound you and keep his defense fresh and off the field so they can be fresh in the fourth quarter.
No doubt. Well, hey, folks, we will be back next week to break it down, and then we'll start looking ahead. Vance already said, hey, Sam, send me some Ohio State film. So we'll get the Illinois film to him, and we'll get enough Ohio State film in there for us to give you a good look at those Buckeyes for what looks like it's going to shape up to be an epic clash. This will be as big as 06, as big as 16, 2 teams playing basically for all the marbles, right? I mean, the winner goes on to the Big Ten championship game and likely to playoff. The loser probably is out, because I think you could say, I think the Pac-12 is done, but TCU, I just saw a Sonny Dykes coach team play with a defensive struggle, Vance. I didn't never think I'd live to see that, but we just did last week.
I watched the game. Texas, my alma mater, and I tell you what, special teams get you in trouble. Texas in the game, they're trying to block a kick, and you teach guys going to block a punt and never leave your feet. They didn't leave their feet once trying to block a punt. They did it twice. Okay, that can't happen. And I think a key for us in Michigan going down the line is that for the next 2 ball games, we must win the special teams battle. I'm talking about field position right now, whether it's a kickoff return, whether it's a kickoff getting them inside the 20, a block punt, or a punt return. We need to win field position. And again, going back to that TCU game, they're explosive offensively, but they went in there, so we're going to stop the run and see can your quarterback beat us. And guess what the quarterback couldn't do? Couldn't beat us. And people are going to find out, can we do JJ the same way?
Mm.
Can we stop the run, and can JJ beat us throwing the football? So let's get ready to see that for the next 2 weeks versus our offense.
Gotcha. All right, folks. That'll do it for this edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. Listen, if you like this video, if you like what we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get a notification every time we put up a new video, right? And that's definitely the way you can support these film studies, because we do not own this footage. And because we don't own this footage, no monetization, no sponsorship. We do not get paid for these videos at all. So you support us in other ways, like liking and subscribing to the videos, subscribing to the channel, I should say. And then, of course, you can subscribe to us over on the MichiganInsider.com. $1 gets you in the door. Your first month of membership, you cannot beat the access, the intel, the insight into what's going on in Michigan football, basketball, and recruiting analysis like no, you can find nowhere else. And then, of course, after you get on with us for the first month and you get hooked, you become that full paying member. You also get access to Paramount Plus. You also have access to all of the sites on the 24/7 Sports Network. It is great bang for your buck. So be sure to join us on the MichiganInsider.com. That'll do it again for this week's edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford.
Go Blue.